As always, welcome to the channel. Thank you for clicking on the video. Before we get started, I would really appreciate a like, share the video, and subscribe if you're not. The channel is finally starting to really pick up some momentum, and I thank each and every one of you who's always watching my videos, leaving comments, interacting with me. As always, if you have anything you want answered, a question or anything, leave it in the comments. I get back to each and every one of you, or my email, which is in the description. And again, I want to thank EBL for sending the EB1000 portable power station to us. This thing here, I'm just going to say that if you're looking for a budget price and something that literally you are just looking for a power outage power station, something to run your refrigerator, induction stove, toaster oven, recharging your electronics, this is something to look at, because I'm flat telling you the price is perfect and it does everything you need. They're not trying to incorporate a whole bunch of stuff that you don't need just to get that price jacked up. So hang around, we're going to get into it. Let's do an unboxing and then we'll get into the specs. Right here is the box it is shipped in. This box is inside of this one, so it is well protected. So we'll get this one out of the way. And again, this is the EBL EB1000 portable power station. Nice little box. You can get a good look at everything. I actually love the green color. But yes, this is a nice little power station. I have already done some testing on it, and this thing has worked flawlessly. Man, it's tight packed, I'll tell you. Comes with a top phone, and you do not have to worry about this thing getting busted up unless they drop it off a building. Right there's the top part. You get a nice little zip up bag to put all your cables and stuff in. Here is your manual, and it has everything you need. There's the power station. Here's your cables and all. We'll get to that. And again, you got foam on the bottom, so it is well packaged. Let me get this out of the way and we'll get into it. Now right here is the EB1000 portable power station. You get your box full of cables. You have your wall AC charging cable. You have your charging brick. You have your solar MC4 to a dedicated 5525 barrel port. And you have a lighter port with a dedicated 5525 barrel port. Again, you have your manual and a nice little zip up bag. This way you put all your cables, your manual in there. You know, you can strap it onto your handle there if you want, but I thought that was very nice. Now the EB1000, it is a 999 watt hour, 1000 watt continuous output, 2000 watt surge. So this has plenty enough power to power things like a refrigerator, induction stove, you know, anything like that to get you by. Now it's not going to power 2 refrigerators, 2 upright freezers. It's not made for that. So I just want to point that out to you. Right here is the power button. And the screen, as you can see, is a LCD screen, not an LED. But I will say, I know everybody's thinking this is old school, but let me tell you, when you're outside and the sun's shining, you can actually still see this very easily. It comes up bright, so you don't have to worry about that. That's one thing I do like about the older screens, the LCD. And it does have a 20-second sleep mode, the light, when you turn it on, In 20 seconds, it'll go back off just to save some energy right there. And now this is not LiFePO 4 batteries. This is NCM Leon batteries, just regular lithium, nickel, cobalt, magnesium. They do have high energy. LiFePO 4 batteries do last a little longer, but these are still good. This is what all of them used to be. And they do have a larger model, the 2400, which does have the LiFePO 4 batteries. But that's what I like about this. They're making it affordable. It does what it's supposed to do. They're saying 8 years plus runtime on this before it drops to 20%. So nothing at all with the NCM nickel, cobalt, magnesium batteries. Not at all. So don't let that discourage you, because what they have priced this for, honestly, is the eye catcher. And like I said, for a real power outage, this thing is something to look at right here, because it's not going to bust the bank. It weighs 17.8 pounds. It has a handle with a rubber grip to it, which honestly is a squishy. I mean, it's comfortable as it can be. It reminds me of the old Converse tennis shoes, that gummy rubber they had right there. And it has the bumpers made of the same stuff, and the feet. And I love the feet because this thing is not going to scratch your countertops if you set it on your car hood, anything like that. So I do like that. And these little bumpers on top and bottom keep you from bumping it in the walls and stuff when you're walking around through the house or wherever you may be. It does protect this, as well as protect like your wall sheetrock, the doors, anything like that. I do like that. That's very nice. The measurements are 11.6 long, 7.9 tall, and 7.9 deep, wide, however you want to look at it. It does have a 1100 watt overload protection, and that is something that honestly I kind of like right there, because you're not going to stress this thing out when it hits at 1100 watts, maybe a little bit more, we'll see. But this thing will kick into overload protection and just kick your AC units off. That way, you don't hurt this, stress out the batteries. A little over 1100 watts, it just kills it. This also has a BMS, battery management system. It protects you from overload protection, overcurrent, short circuit, overcharging, overheating. Anything that can happen, it will protect itself and shut itself down before it lets any damage happen to it. It has a hibernation mode. And what that is if you have something plugged up to this, let's say, in your USB, a little fan or an electric cooler, a small one, something with a low draw, 5 watts or lower, if it doesn't go above that 5 watts in 8 hours, it will just turn itself off to save the power and the batteries. On your inputs, it has an AC wall charging of 110 volt. On your solar, which is right here, an Anderson hookup, it'll bring in 155 watts. The VOC is 12 volt on the low, 26 volt on the high with 8 amp. And again, it'll bring in 155 watts solar. You can charge this also from a car lighter port. Your outputs, you have 2 AC receptacles, which bring out 110 volt. You have a lighter port, 12 volt, 10 amp. You have 2 barrel ports, which are 5525, 12 volt, 5 amp. You have a USB-C, which is 60 watt. You have 3 USB-A, which are 18 watt. You do have a wireless phone charger on top, which is 10 watt. And you also have an emergency light on the side. 1 click turns the light on. 2 clicks does your SOS. If you turn it around here, you have 2 fans. On the back, it's just plain. On this end, you have 2 fans and your light. Then your front face here, again, you have a handle and a wireless phone charger. Now over here is your DC. I'm going to turn the DC on. That way the wireless phone charger is on top. Right here is my old cell phone. It is turned off right now. As you can see, nothing's coming on. I'm going to lay it on top. And as you can see, it just came on. So your wireless charging does work. We're going to try the EB1000 out on an electric cooler. You know, that way if you're picnicking, tailgating, ball games, anything like that, at least you got something you can bring along, keep the power going to an electric cooler. So let's check it out. So we're going to get the screen lit up. I'm going to plug this up, turn my AC on. Come over here, hit my power. Now let's lower the temp to get it to kick on. It definitely will run an electric cooler. I know you can't hear it, but it's humming. We are drawing 25 watts. So it will run an electric cooler, mini fridge, anything like that. Now I'm going to hook up my TV, my clock, my TV box, my monitor, and my security box down there. It runs all of my cameras. That way you can see it can handle a decent little load of electronics. So I want to turn on the AC. It'll take just a second for it to kick on. It's starting. Make sure the volume don't go too loud on me. But my monitor, cameras, TV, it's all running. And right now we're running 100 watts at the moment. When the TV really kicks on, it'll go up a little further, around 155. But you got your whole entertainment center. It can run right here off of the EB1000 very easily. And just to show you it is running it, I'm going to turn it off. There we go. Hey, this thing is great for a little blackout power outage. All right, now we're going to demonstrate a little toaster oven. Get the screen to stay on there. See if we can draw a little bit of juice. Come over here, turn on my on. It is running. We're getting 434, 33 watts. So if you would like to heat up pizza rolls, you know, toaster strudel, you know, just reheat some soup, whatever, it will run a toaster oven, anything like that. Now we're going to do my induction stove. We're really going to crank up some watts. So let's plug this up and we'll give it a whirl. Turn on the AC. It just came on. I'm going to hit the power. 9 all the way. We are bringing 861, 62 watts, if you can see that. Let me try to bring you in a little closer. Hopefully you can see that. 858, 150 or 855 watts coming out. So you can cook on an induction stove very easily. So this thing, I'm telling you, wait till you hear about the price. Now this is my dining room refrigerator. It's got your fridge in the bottom, freezer on top. This thing here can run it easy. Now let me show you my kitchen fridge. Now here's my kitchen fridge, double door, 30 years old, very inefficient. If you've got something newer, this thing will even run it longer than it did for me. I'm going to give you some run times on how long it ran both of my fridges. But first I'm going to show you. Turned off, unplugged. Here we go. Plug that up. Turn on the power. You'll hear it beep. There you go. Like I said, this thing is great for the price, and just wait for the price. But it ran this refrigerator and that refrigerator. Let me go ahead and give you the run time. On my double door 30-year-old refrigerator, from a full battery until it shut off because the batteries was completely dead, it ran this one for 10 hours and 58 minutes. That is not bad for just a little old 1,000 watt power station. Now on my dining room fridge, which it's a lot more efficient, so it's not as hard to keep going. That way the batteries don't get wore out. But it ran my white dining room fridge for 15 hours and 50 minutes. You might as well call it 16 hours because, we was in them in and out while we were testing it, just like on a normal day. So you cannot beat that on a little old EBL 1000. So if you're looking for a true budget price, but good and dependable portable power station, check out the EBL E1000. They also make a 2400 model. I'm dying to get my hands on it. It looks great. And from what I have seen and heard, it runs awesome. But it is larger, a little bit more pricey. But this one here, it's made with a budget price, but again, it does everything you need. If you have somebody in your home that's maybe elderly or sick, it's in a hospital bed, electric, that you have to lift and let down the head and the feet, this is a great backup for when the power goes out, or an oxygen concentrator, CPAP, anything like that. Or if you're wanting something just for a power outage to run your refrigerator, deep freezer, TVs, toaster oven, anything like that, it's great. It can handle everything like that. Now, it ain't going to run your whole home. It's not made for that. It's not the size, but it's just right to keep that fridge and freezer going. So it's just something to think about. Right now on their website and Amazon, 279 on sale right now. And I have noticed the majority of the time it is on sale. So if you do see like a higher price, I just recommend maybe waiting 2 or 3, 4 days. Usually it goes right back down to the 279. But I'm flat telling you, for 279, you cannot beat this right here. It's got everything that you actually need, but yet they're not sticking all them extras in there just to jack up the price. That's what I like about it. You know, it's portable, it's light. So hey, what have you got to lose? It works. I proved it, and I actually really like it. So, hey, I appreciate y'all stopping by. Try to bring y'all just good products at a cheaper price. Me, I'm not a tight butt, but I like to save money. If it works, it works. So, I hope that you like the video. Hey, take care of your family and your friends. Check out my next video coming up pretty soon. Thank y'all for being here, and God bless.